we are to survive, if we are to live long enough to see the seasons pass, our children grow, and experience a time of peace that we have never known, we must now take this fight to the Locust. We will go to where they live and where they breed, and we will destroy them. This is the day we take the battle to the heart of the enemy. This is the day that we correct the course of human history. This is the day we ensure our survival as a species. Soldiers of the cog, my fellow gears, go forth and bring back the hope of humanity! Welcome to the big sock, Sergeant Phoenix. You ready to hit the road? You know it.
Now, if your blood isn't pumping with nostalgia after that clip, I don't really know what's going to get you hard. Maybe another one of these clips in this video, but me and my buddy were talking about games from our childhood that just absolutely smacked, and we were wondering why games just couldn't be this good anymore, and why do games not feel the same. So I wanted to talk about Gears of War 2 and just why it was such a good game. Gears of War 2 came out in 2008. This game was basically my childhood. It came out in for junior high for me, and I played this game up until Gears of War 3 came out, so quite some time. In my opinion, Gears of War hasn't been what it was for quite some time, and I think that decline really started after Gears of War 4. In order of my favorites for Gears of War, it's going to be Gears of War 2, Gears of War 1, 3, 4, and then 5. The reason Gears of War 1 is not my favorite is because Gears of War 2 basically took all the elements from Gears of War 1 and made it a lot better. And they added some new content, but they basically perfected the formula in Gears of War 2. So essentially the story in Gears of War 2 is set 6 months after the initial game, and what happens is the locusts are getting more powerful. They are burrowing deeper in the earth, and they're able to make larger tunnels, and with that are able to actually sink cities with their giant tunnels. So what do we do? What do the cogs do? They take the fight to them. This is the first time in the series we actually kind of go down and take the fight directly to the enemy and fight them in enemy territory. What's going on while all this is happening is something called rust lung, and basically it's a condition that was brought on for inhalation of the emulsion vapor from setting off the first light mass bomb, which was kind of the conclusion of Gears of War 1. So they're kind of suffering after the initial way they solved the problem in the first game. So like I was saying at the beginning of this video, Gears of War 2 basically took all the elements from Gears of War 1 and then fine-tuned them and made it better. So mechanically, it's similar to the original game, to the original Gears of War 1, but basically they refined the revival system, so basically AI teammates could now pick you up in this if you had an AFK or somebody leaves in the middle of matchmaking, and players can crawl faster when they're injured. You can actually use dead bodies as meat shields inside this, which was a new mechanic and everybody thought was amazing. They also introduced these types of weapons called heavy weapons, so one of them would be like the flamethrower, for example. And they also added these grenade modifications where you could stick proximity mines to the wall and kind of set this trip mine type situation, and a new type of grenade, which was the toxic gas. Now, the reason I bring all this up in these gameplay differences, you've played the game, you obviously know this, and modern AAA games fall victim to this so much. When they make sequels, they don't think about what made them good to begin with. When I think about Assassin's Creed, for example, when that first game came out, that was one of the best stealth games of all time. And over the years, as they progressed and got bigger and, started to err on the side of caution and tried these different ideas, they got too far away from what made them great to begin with. And for Gears of War, it's the thing you see on your screen right now. Think about it. Seriously. The Nasher shotgun. Tell me a more iconic weapon for Gears of War 2. Let me show you a clip and tell me you don't feel nostalgia in your heart. I mean, seriously, after watching that, doesn't that look like so much fun to you? Like, doesn't that look like something you would actively be so happy trying to do? These are the types of things that games lack nowadays, where you watch it and you don't feel anything when you watch it. Obviously, you could say that's nostalgia, whatever you want to call it, but you can't deny that that looks like a lot of fun. I remember being in junior high, and I would literally spend hours, I would spend days of my life trying to perfect my wall bouncing so that way I could get the perfect, shotgun explosion kills and, be able to fight a whole army. I felt invincible. I felt fast. The gameplay was quick. It was crisp. And whenever you got that perfect kill, like, there's nothing better. There's literally nothing better. And I guess I just miss that, I miss logging on, joining an Xbox Live party chat with the boys, and hopping into a team deathmatch and just having a good time. I mean, I'm not saying there's not a lot of good shooters today. I mean, there's Valorant, CSGO, right? Just to name a couple. And the problem is they're so competitive. They're super hyper competitive. You have to be hyper focused. And after a match, you feel exhausted. I mean, I'm just tired of playing these games that I feel like I have to take a shower after I'm done playing. Like, literally, my pickles, my armpits are sweating off the hinges. I got sweat dripping in my eyes, and I'm not saying that these are not fun games or these are not fun moments. Clutching out an ace or something like that it's awesome. It feels great. But I don't want to feel that all the time. Gears of War 2, let's be honest, was not as competitive as CSGO or Valorant or some of these other competitive shooters out there. I get that. I know that. But it was fun. And that's what a game should be. It was fun. It was fun. Maybe you got a shotgun kill because of lag. I don't know. It's some bullshit kill that you got. Somebody has host advantage. Does anybody remember host advantage? I mean, it was silly and it was dumb, and we thought like, oh, host was so unfair. But at the time, like, all these different weird things that made the game uncompetitive were just fun. And if you're not convinced yet that the gameplay of Gears of War 2 was fun and I haven't hit you right in the nostalgia, let me play you one clip. Let me have one more chance to show you. I saved my secret weapon for last.
Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the crab walk on Gears of War Online. Crab walk is one of the most important glitches in the game because it allows you to move at running speed whilst being able to aim and shoot as if you were walking normally. To start it off, you want to go to any wall which you can move from side to side on, and you want to hold left or right and then press A to start moving from side to side. But immediately after you press A, you want to pull down on the analog stick so you pull away from the wall.
Now you're probably wondering why I showed you a clip of crab walking. If anybody doesn't remember, it's a glitch in Gears of War 2, one of many, where you sprint and had this like weird walking animation, kind of like a crab, but we're able to run really fast, be hard to hit, and could kill people. It's basically like a cheat code. Now, when people did this, you'd obviously be mad. Everybody could do this though. Remember playing with your boys and watching YouTube videos on how to do the crab walk or how to get out of whatever map it was at the time? Do you remember how fun that was? This was obviously not intentionally designed by the gaming company, but these were little blemishes of the game development that caused these unique game experiences that I don't think we're ever going to get ever again. At least in a competitive online shooting experience. Sometimes stuff like this and things in games are fun, not even because the developers intend for it, but just because it is the way it is. And that's the kind of stuff that I miss. There was Halo 2 super jumping, for example. All of this stuff was fun because everybody had access to it, and it was a unique like Easter egg type activity that you could do that added an additional layer of gameplay. And even though it wasn't, the most competitive or fair thing, it was fun. It was fun to do stuff like this. It was fun to be a pro at wall bouncing and get, shotgun battles and shotgun duels. It was the best. It was just the best. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Later.